On this channel, we provide useful programming information with practical code examples. This time, we will focus on the window object in TypeScript. You can learn about the properties and methods of the window object through code. Enabling subtitles will make the code descriptions easier to understand. Window is a global object in TypeScript and JavaScript representing the entire browser window. It includes many properties and methods to access browser APIs, manipulate the DOM, document object model, use timers, storage, and other features. In TypeScript, when accessing the window object, the browser-specific global features have type definitions, enabling editor autocompletion and type checking. Thanks to TypeScript's standard type definition file, lib.dom. ts, TypeScript recognizes various properties and methods of the window object. When using TypeScript, it is common to place a tsconfig.json file at the root of the project. This file is used to specify compiler options and the scope of type definition files. When working with window, it is especially important to enable browser type definitions, DOM type definitions. Without this, window and document will result in type errors. By specifying lib s 6 inches, DOM, the types of window and document will be correctly recognized and auto-completed. Window document is a property used to access the DOM of the page. You can retrieve elements and make changes to the DOM. In this example, the current document's title is displayed. If you want to actually run this code, you need to do it within HTML. In this video, we are only confirming that no compile errors appear. Window, local storage, and window, session storage, are properties used to access storage features that allow saving user data in the browser. In this example, data is saved to local storage, then retrieved and displayed. Window location is an object used to retrieve and manipulate information about the current URL. You can perform redirects and change URLs. In this example, the URL is displayed and the user is redirected to another page. Window set timeout and window set interval are methods used to run functions after a delay or at regular intervals. This code executes a process that outputs a message to the console after 2 seconds. Alert, confirm, and prompt display dialog boxes to show alerts or request input from the user. This code displays an alert dialog to notify a message. Since window is part of the DOM, you can also listen to events directly. In TypeScript, types are auto-completed, so using incorrect event names or properties will cause errors. This code outputs the new width and height to the console when the window size changes. This code outputs the pressed key to the console when the user presses a key. This code outputs a message to the console when the page has finished loading. In TypeScript, event object types are inferred, so being mindful of types like keyboard event or mouse event makes your code safer. It is recommended to remove event listeners when they are no longer needed. You can remove listeners using the window remove event listener method. This code shows an example of adding and then removing a listener for a click event. When adding custom properties to the window object, type extension is necessary in TypeScript to avoid type errors. This code is an example of adding a custom property to the window object in TypeScript, setting a value, and displaying it. Due to TypeScript's strict type checking, attempting to use non-existent properties or methods will result in errors. For example, attempting to access a non-existent property on the window object as is will cause an error, so you need to properly extend the type. As such, the window object plays a central role in accessing various features of browser applications, and in TypeScript, you can use it safely by leveraging type checking. The source code for this video can be downloaded from the official website. If you like, please visit the URL in the description to aid your learning. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate your support by subscribing to the channel.